Hey, let's talk about games. Good morning, my friends. Today we're going to be going through some leveling advice for you guys and answering the question of how the hell did I get to 44 so damn fast? Is it a hack? Is it a cheat? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's primarily an item, but we'll come to that in a moment. First step, let's just make sure everyone's on the same page in regards to leveling. So if we bring up our journal here, the most important type of mission you can be doing to level up is going to be the campaign. Yes, it's single player only. Yes, that sucks a little bit, but it is the fastest way to level up. The missions themselves give them somewhere between 2 to 3 times the amount of rank experience per mission, and as well as that, whenever you finish a chain of missions, you will get a bonus. You can see here, rewards automatically claimed 600, 600, 600, and it goes up and up and up. I won't show you any at the end because there will be some spoilers included, but these are the bread and butter of leveling up. Now, what you may find if you race through the campaign, and by the way here, I wouldn't bother sticking the difficulty up for the campaign because it doesn't give you any more points. If you want to have a more challenging experience, obviously put the difficulty up. That will help you get some better gear. You will find better items. You'll get a little bit more glory, but if you just want a fairly speedy leveling route, just go for normal. Now, what you will find is every now and again you may find that the leveling is getting or running away, and every now and again you have to do something else in order to catch up. Now, at this point, I would say try and keep all of your fate, absolutely all of it, to use on the turret system. Now, yes, it is true that upgrading the fusion system, the tech tree, the modify, it is all very well and good, but I do honestly regret making any investment into this because turrets are everything. One turret fairly early on in the campaign will give you near enough a level, and you will find that if you say you're 200-300 power level behind where you want to be for the next story mission, the only way you're going to get that back is going over to the turret here, because turrets give even more than story. They give a ridiculous amount, and you can get a bonus depending on the cards you sort of equip or choose, so plus 10%, there's also plus 5%, there's even some that make it lower. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but you could. And then you can also increase it via the difficulty as well, which is going to make it even greater. Now, this scales with your level, so you don't want to spend too much time doing turrets early and burning through your fate. I would say just do enough to get you to the point where you can carry on with the story in a timely, orderly manner. If you don't have to, that's great. Do some regular missions with some friends if you've got some time to kill. And I would suggest selling all of those purple items to the vendor here to get your extra 3 fate. I know it's not a lot, but it does add up to do those extra turret missions. Now, that's great. That's going to whiz you through the campaign, and by the time you're done with that, you're going to be somewhere between level 24 and 28, give or take. It seems to vary, and some people obviously do a couple turret missions here and there, thus the confusion or discrepancy between. Now, what I would use then is a meme virus. Now, a meme virus is an item you will randomly find, and do keep your eyes open for this. Do not sell it by accident. For the love of the Emperor, if you sell one of these by accident, you need to sort of get your palm and just slap it on your forehead and say dope, because you have doped. This 100% experience bonus for the next 5 missions, hang on to it for as long as you can, because as soon as you get to the end game, as soon as you run out of story missions to do, this is when doubling your experience at the turret deck is most useful. Do not use this on regular missions. It is such a waste. Look at the amount of experience I'm getting here. If we just go for any old bish bash bosh, go over to one of these, slap that in there, stick it up to impossible, because I can do impossible, and this is even with a pretty poor turret choice there as a minor. We can even get it up slightly higher. There we go. 5.7k. And that is doubled thanks to the effect of this item, and that is a whopping amount of experience that will get you more or less a level every single use. Now, I've been lucky enough to find 3 of these on my travel. 4 of them now. I was given 1 and I found an additional 2, and 1 was an apology from the developers after the servers went down at launch day. So there is quite a lot of double XP I've gone through. I've had at least 15 missions thus far of double experience, each one of those netting me near 10k, getting me a level every single time. And this is why you really need to hold on to that fate, so that you've got at least 500, hopefully even 1,000 by the time you're done with the campaign and you're ready to blitz through this. All of those purples you get from it, obviously you will need to keep your gear up to date, but this is the way to level up. Now guys, I wouldn't be surprised, because of how this interacts with the turret system, if this is patched fairly soon, because I'm going to be honest, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculously fast. I've gone from, I would think I was 42 when I started today, something like 18 to 42 in only a few hours. And I'd even gone down the pub that day, had a few beers, went out for a meal, and you know, this was not a hardcore grinding day. This was doing about 15 missions that I went through fairly comfortably. Now, one thing you'll be asking is, Hydra, at level 24, impossible sounds like it's going to be a bit too rough. Well, what I actually did was I started off on hard, made sure I could do that, went up to extreme, made sure I could do that comfortably, and then moved it up to impossible. It's going to be down to your build primarily. Some builds are going to have an easy time, some builds are going to have a rough time. If you need some help, jump down in the comments, we'll talk. But there are plenty of builds by the level of about 30 where you're going to find it fairly easy to do impossible. It won't be really easy, but it will be doable. And the moment you can, I would suggest it, even if it takes a little bit longer. It's not really the end of the world though, if you go for too extreme instead. Yes, you're losing out on some experience, but it will level you up as well. The game doesn't really take into account with the difficulty sort of growing when you get the extra skill points, attribute points, etc. So all of these Brucey bonuses I've got here aren't really factored into those calculations. So as you level up, impossible gradually gets easier. That's what I'm trying to say. Guys, I hope you find the video useful. I hope you have a clear idea as what to be doing. Try and get those memes as fast as you can, the spicy memes, and I'll see you next time. Take care.